Today's air gunning video is brought to you from the studio of Papa T Adventures. We hope you enjoy. Hey family, welcome back. Today we have another air ups for you. So I first started doing these as unboxings, was the intention. I really like the mail calls that Nibs does over on Walnut and Steel, so I made my own version. The idea was, because I got a delivery from UPS, call it air ups. I think I'm going to change it a little bit. We're still going to have air ups, but they're going to be air upgrades. So upgrades that we get for our air gun stuff, or updates maybe even. So still air ups. Get a little sneak peek happening over here. So it's been a while. The family went on a trip. Went to go introduce the fourth to the family, let them all see him. Got to spend some time shooting some guns. Picked up some things. So first of those, I got from my dad. My own. Been looking and thinking about getting some of these, and he had an extra set. So now I got my own Air Venturi Slynger targets. So we'll start shooting at these in future videos. So that's first one of our little upgrades or updates. They're heavier than they look. They are 1/8 inch steel, and what they use for field target. Field target? I'm pretty sure it's field target. It's what they use for shooting competitions. Started way back. See some history. We'll go ahead and read this. First match using metal animal silhouettes was held in 1948 in Mexico City. Targets were originally made for centerfire guns. Because rimfire shooters and air gunners wanted to participate, smaller silhouettes were eventually introduced and placed at closer distances. I also learned recently that Crosman used to make. And so eventually I'll get to show you some of those. But Crosman made silhouettes back in the 70s and 80s. They don't make them anymore, at least that I could find. In fact, finding much of anything about them was pretty difficult. This is what shows up when you go looking. But that was pretty cool. The Crosman ones are black. They're still also in the original packaging, and maybe I'll toss a photo up of those so you guys can see. So also while I was there, got to see BB guns from my youth, and I brought back BB guns from my childhood, plus a couple other older ones from the family BB guns. So first, what started it all for me way back, Red Ryder, maybe for a lot of people, particularly growing up watching Christmas Story, and you know, that Red Ryder carbine with this thing that tells time and a compass in the stock. Well, they only made those for a couple of years, 83 and 84 from what I saw, because of the movie. That was never actually a Red Ryder design, but you know, I grew up. And so this one was made in 98, which was later in my life than I thought it was, that we got the first one. But he's kept it oiled. It's got a little bit of rust and stuff, but that's all right. Still shoots. If I remember right, this is the one I also need to work on adjusting the sights. Windage is a little off and whatnot. We'll get it all dialed in. Still does real good. Which brings us to our next one. Also a Red Ryder. This one, don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera. This is the Millennium Edition. So this was made in 2000. Oop, the next gun's trying to get to us already. And really, I just love the way the wood on these ages. This one's got a little bit more, so we'll get some cleanup done on this. But it already straight shooter. It is dead on, but practically for 10 yards shooting with it. almost exactly on point, and that was out in the wind. Probably saw I did a couple of shorts, one of each, shooting each at a bottle or an old milk jug. Sorry that they didn't come out very good. They weren't as exciting as when I did it with the DX17. But so that's our Millennium Edition. So we'll have some videos coming up where we put the daisies with each other, along with the kids, or so my son's Red Ryder. So next, and this one is jumping to get into our hands. This was my dad's first BB gun while we were growing up. Not that we got to see it, really. Instead of a lever action, this is a single pump, a Daisy 840. Best I can tell from the code on it is that this is from 89. It was made in 89, which was the last year they made the original 840s. So while they look like they have beautiful wood stocks, these are actually plastic. We're not even going to pretend to call it other things like poly. Plastic. But it is still nice metal barrel. Shoots great. It's getting ricochets off cans, but that may have just been, we'll see. So that's the 840. We'll get to see more of that. Maybe we'll do a short of plinking with it also soon. So all three of those made in USA. This is Daisy Powerline 880. Probably recognizable to a lot of people. It's got the Daisy 4x15. Sorry, my military's coming out. The Daisy 4x15 scope on it. This one is new enough that it was made in China, but it does have the rifled barrel, the first three, smooth barrel. And so we get to do some shooting with this. This is probably early 2000s, so shortly after they went to China, I suspect. Probably around 02 to 04 time frame. Multi-pump 880. It's also gotten some damage to the barrel. We'll try and get that cleaned up. But it still shoots. It's a lot of fun also. So those are all the things I picked up while visiting the family. Also while there, did a lot of shooting. Introduced people to air guns. Let them shoot. Tried out the 36-22. Shot the Texan some. And shot through my dad's collection. Some of the guns in his collection. Had a lot of fun. I intended to do a lot of recording while I was there, but ended up mostly just taking it easy, enjoying shooting, enjoying time with family, and enjoying time with the air guns. A lot of fun. I will do have a few that I shot, so I'll make a first shots, first thoughts kind of thing, montage from the trip for you guys. That's going to be coming down the way. Also going to have another video of the 36-22, introducing, using it for one of the reasons I got it, which is introducing people to air guns. And we'll see what else. But probably just those couple of videos that are going to come out of the time I spent with family. So the last thing I have to show you in this Air Ups is not from the road trip. This is actually early Father's Day gift from the wife. I'm sorry, I already warned you there's no unboxings in this one, and that's because this had already been opened. So my wife actually got for the both of us, because it comes with 2 microphones, but it's a wireless lavalier. I'm probably butchering that microphone, but it's a pair of microphones that you can use. so that it doesn't matter how far I am from the camera, you guys should still be able to hear me. So she's already tested and played with it a little bit. They have the option of what I like to call the little Russian cap, because that's what it makes me think of. You know, in case you're out in the winter or without, and just clip on and be able to hear. And then it's got a cord for charging it up, and then you just plug this part into the USB portion of your phone. So this is only going to work with Android style. Maybe they make a version that works with iPhones also, I'm not sure. But this one is for Android style, so it's a USB-C, plugs into your USB port on your phone, or theoretically I think it should work with a computer as well. But you just plug it in and go. It says it works up to 20 meters of accessible reception, precise, clear. It's got some other things, but they're under the sticker, so I can't really read them. So looking forward to using this. Have it in future videos to help make sure that you guys can hear me, and I don't have to be near the camera anymore. So those are some of the things, recent upgrades or updates around the house, around the channel. Other than that, we've just been spending time together as family, growing out a little beard. That'll have to go away soon. Sorry to disappoint you. And also watching a lot of animals in the yard, you know, squirrels or tree rats as we prefer to call them. They like to get in the bird feeder, watching lots of birds, Carolina wrens, house finches, our cardinals and blue jays and all those different things. Just spending time together as family. Thanks for stopping by. As always, appreciate you coming to visit, and we'll catch you next time, family.